Hello and welcome to Journeys in Faith here on the Anne DeSantis YouTube channel. And as you can see, I'm joined by a guest named Maria Tosco. I would like to introduce you to all of her. And she is the founder of nourishingfromtheheart.com. Please check out the website. Maria, thank you so much for being a guest on my program.
Thank you for having me. I'm very honored to be a part of this.
Yes, and I'm honored to have you as a guest. I'd like to make a shout out and thank my daughter, Sean DeSantis, who is the founder of Your Part-Time Princess and also of DeSantis Designs. And so it's just great, this connection that we have to talk about the wonderful work that you're doing, helping other people in nourishing from the heart. You are a lifestyle coach. She's also helping me. Part of what she does is helping people to get on track with their health in terms of nutrition, in terms of all of those aspects of holistic living. So tell us a little bit about you. We live in the same area, from the greater Philadelphia area. In fact, we even go to the same parish, which is
Mhm.
awesome. How did you get started in what you're doing? And obviously, this show is Journeys in Faith, and there's a real connection with how God answered your prayers for your own health and getting started with this beautiful business that you have.
Yes, yes, thank you. First, I wanted to say thank you for Sean. She's been tremendously helpful to me, and our faith is actually what brought us together. Because when I was interviewing social media businesses, as soon as I heard that we were from the same parish and the same beliefs, it was just meant to be. And she's been a tremendous help to me in my business. So thankful for her, and now it brought me to you. So yes, I am a lifestyle medicine coach, and I help people get healthy through lifestyle and lifestyle change. And I am a first generation Italian born here in America. So when my parents first came over, we came from very, very little. All we had was our faith. And they taught us from a young age that with our faith, we can get through anything. So fast forward 40 some years later, we are living the American dream, working very hard at our businesses and just following God and allowing Him to guide us. And what brought me to this journey was in my early 30s, I got very sick. I started developing tumors. I had several surgeries, and then I suffered a back injury, and I had very small children. And for a very short period of time, I don't want to say I've lost my faith, but I was not in a good place. And it was several years of suffering and just going to doctors. And don't get me wrong, doctors are wonderful and hospitals for certain things. But for what I had, they just were not helping me. And I just forgot. I was in such a bad place that I just forgot about my faith for a little bit, which is very easily done when you're in a dark place. We think of God, we think of light and love, and sometimes when we're not around that light and love, we forget that He's still with us. So after several years of suffering and surgeries and medicine and whatever else they wanted to do, I just had this sucker punch feeling one morning. And it was kind of like it was God talking to me, saying, like, you need to go back to your roots. You need to go back to where you came from, the simplicity of life. And that's when I just literally woke up one morning and I transformed my whole life. I took matters into my own hands. I started studying. I would think about, what would my grandma do, 80 years ago? And I just started living very simple. I got rid of a lot of toxins, a lot of the processed food, the junk, really just going back to basics. And with my knowledge and with my determination and with number one, God by my side the whole step of the way, I healed myself. I never had to go back to a doctor again, never formed another tumor, and no more back pain. Just really just transformed my life. And now I made it my journey, my duty, to thank God, to spread the word around the world as much as I can, especially around this country, because I think this country needs it the most. So that is my giving back to the Lord, is how can I help others that need help.
Well, you said it so well. And I love that one part that you just said that through God and through going in the right direction, you were able to heal yourself. Now, we know that God does the healing, right?
Right.
But let's face it, we have to listen to the Holy Spirit. We have to listen to his guidance. And
Mhm.
he didn't just like snap his fingers with a magic wand and make you better. He led you in the direction of helping people to eat better and
Mhm.
take care of themselves better and move better and sleep better and all those things. And I know that for me now, on another podcast, I could talk about this, but I had my own journey too with that, being able, eating better way back more than 30 years ago. And I deciding that I wanted to be more plant based, which I have been since that time, since 1991. And so it has made a tremendous difference for me in my life and in my family's life. And tell us a little bit about how you've integrated that into your own life, like on a realistic basis, like eating day to day, taking care of your family. I know that you've helped me so much with even those little things that I can buy at the store when I eat breakfast in the morning, when I make my lunch. I like to do smoothies a lot too, and you've helped me with that. So how does that materialize to your life every day? I know you have more energy,
Oh
and
yeah.
like you said, you haven't had to be back to the doctor very often, and I guess unless you absolutely have to, but you haven't. So
Yes.
I'd love to hear more.
Yes, I feel very blessed. I feel younger now than I did 10 years ago. I actually think I look younger than I did 10 years ago. My kids have not had to be on an antibiotic in over 10 years, ever since we changed our lifestyle. So I'm so grateful to God for that every day, for our health. Um, I just really, truly believe in the Lord is discipline, right? Like our faith is all about discipline, and this lifestyle requires a lot of discipline. And but at the same time, it's just so easy and simple, with God next to you, especially. But we just make sure we have discipline. We put our health first. Obviously, we put the Lord first, and we are involved in our community, and we try to grow some of our own food, and we try to buy local, and we try to eliminate toxins from our life and get good rest. All the things that used to be done hundreds of years ago, but today with busy hustle and bustle and the grind, that we lose sight of what's important. That's what's making us sick.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because I think you also mentioned as you spoke a minute or two ago that in the United States, you really think that we need it here. Not to say that it's not needed in other countries, right? This whole idea of holistic eating, living, plant-based, all of that. But I do believe that we have a lot of processed foods, and there are a lot of people who are sick and have all kinds of issues. And maybe develop cancers or heart attacks or other diseases and things like that. So it's just good to know that you can, through your daily habits, make such a difference in living a better life, feeling better, and also like you're mentioning faith and how that all has to do with what God wishes for us to do, because he does want us to take care of ourselves. He does want us to eat properly. And by properly, I'm not just talking about following a specific prescription, right?
Right.
But you, because you can eat food that you really love, right? And tastes delicious, but
Oh yeah.
it's more natural and more holistic and plant-based. So talk about that too. And I know that we're going to be taking a break, so we have a couple minutes, but tell us a little bit or give us like a teaser, I guess, of what does that materialize into in terms of integrating those plant-based items or food selections into diet.
Sure. I've been plant based for years and I love it. I never feel deprived. I love cooking. I love preparing it. It just makes you feel so much better. If you truly eat what the Lord has provided for us, you will thrive. So I really truly believe that. And I think that the reason why in this country, unfortunately, we are so sick is because we do lose sight of the simple things. Like we're so busy with work and our work schedule that we don't have time to prepare our own foods. We don't have time to sit with our families and nourish our bodies and nourish our souls by conversation We don't have time to just take it slower. The hustle and bustle here is what's making us sick. And all the animal products, which some people thrive on animal products, but in most European countries, you have meat a couple times a week. Here in America, it's like breakfast bacon, lunch turkey sandwich, hamburger for dinner. So the amount of animal products that we consume, and it's not good quality animal products. And then the rushing of our lifestyle, not spending enough time with our families, is just the combination is slowly making us so incredibly sick here. And that's why I decided to be a lifestyle medicine coach, because it's not just one quick fix. It's not just food. It's not just sleep. It's not just relationships. It's all of it put together.
Yeah, great point. It isn't all, and it isn't just one thing, because I think some people, and that might be part of our culture too, is that
Mhm.
we do want it to be a quick fix, right? Almost
Yeah,
like when you take some pill or a supplement or something.
right,
And even sometimes within our faith, that can happen too. We want to just pray that
right.
things get better, and you can do that. I certainly encourage that, right? But prayer also leads us to action, and that could also lead to maybe doing something like working with Maria, nourishing from the heart, and getting a coach to help you get on track for better health. So I just thank you so much again for being on the show. We do have a lot more to talk about, but we're going to take a real quick commercial break. So we'll be back in just a few. Thank you. The St. Raymond Nonatus Foundation for Freedom, Family, and Faith was founded in 2015 by the Mercedarian Religious Order with a mission to make pastoral outreach to families in crisis. The friars came together after attending the World Meeting of Families in Philadelphia with hopes of creating a foundation which could help those families and individuals who have faced tough times and need to know that the Church cares and is there to help. Since that time when we were founded, the foundation has helped hundreds of families by offering prayer, priestly consultations, podcasts and videos, and programs and events. Whether it is something to do with divorce or separation, trauma, job loss, loss of a loved one, relationship issues, or other crisis, the foundation has seen lives transformed through the services we provide. Pope Francis has referred to our world as a field hospital, where there are a great deal of individuals and families who feel abandoned and they need the special outreach of those who truly care and wish to show the face of God to others. As a foundation, that is what we do every day, and we're grateful to people like you who help to make a difference for families in crisis. Please pray for us and for our mission. Would you consider a one-time or recurring gift? Please go to nonatus.org to donate. Thank you sincerely from all of us at the St. Raymond Nonatus Foundation for Freedom, Family, and Faith. Hello, welcome back to Journeys in Faith here on this Friday evening on the Anne DeSantis YouTube channel with my wonderful guest, Maria Tosco. And during the first half of the show, Maria took us on a journey, her faith journey, and also how she got involved in the wonderful work that she's doing now as a lifestyle coach. Talk a little bit about, if you would, Maria, about what it's like for you helping other people. Now you're helping me, and it's just been amazing. And I'll admit, as I said during the first half, I was a person who has been doing plant-based and, you know, pretty up to speed with most things, but she's really helped me to refine everything in terms of my eating, in terms of what I prepare for the family, in terms of my sleeping, and all the other aspects. You've helped me so much. I completely recommend her to all of my friends, family, people who are watching this show. And to connect with her, just go to that website, nourishingfromtheheart.com. So, what is it like for you helping those people, Maria?
Thank you. Um, well, it's completely my pleasure. I love helping people. I love just opening up people's perspective to different views of life. So when we work together, there's different pillars of lifestyle that we work on each week. We could do one-on-one, as needed coaching lessons if there's just one small issue, or if they want to transform their whole lifestyle, we can put packages together. And what we do is every week we chip away at different pillars, such as toxins that we're exposed to. We know that as the years go on, we just keep getting exposed to more and more toxins. Where if we go back to, even 50 years ago, we just weren't exposed to so much. So we go through how to try to eliminate those, detox them from our body, and just try to live a more cleaner life. We go through sleep patterns and how important it is to sleep. Unfortunately, here in America, we focus so much on work because we have to, and we put our sleep last. And without good quality sleep, our bodies can't detox, they can't heal. So we work on sleep and we work on self-care, because self-care is what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to love ourselves the way he loves us, and we deserve to take care of ourselves. For some reason here, it's almost like guilt for you to take care of yourself. Where in a lot of other countries, especially Italy, or, France, or wherever, people really care about how they look. And it's not about being thin or that kind of, it's just having self-respect, feeling good in your own skin. So that is really important. We talk about food, of course, and nutrition. We talk about eating good quality food, trying to buy local if you can, food that God made, not nothing that's heavily processed. And we work on just preparing food. Just preparing your dinner for your family and spending that time together is so nourishing. There is something that is scientifically proven. I mean, it's just very healing to prepare your own food and spend that time together with your family eating, and just taking some time in your day to just catch up. Unfortunately, here with our school system and our work and our all the schedules, if you have kids that are young or teenagers like mine, every night there's some kind of activity, and you're going here and you're going there, and sometimes you're like, well, I'm just going to go through that drive-through. Well, that doesn't help. So I can help, especially busy moms, come up with very quick alternatives, very healthy alternatives that you can have on demand when you have those super busy nights. And we talk about relationships. Again, I hate to compare other countries, but most times in other countries, at nighttime, at the end of the day, you go out, you go for a walk, you socialize, you spend time together. Where here, with our lifestyles, it's just so much busier, again, with the sports, or you get back on your laptop and do some more work to get ahead of the day the next day. We're lacking that connection, especially now with social media. So we just find ways to reconnect with humanity, and could be your local churches, or volunteering, or just connecting with old friends and family. It is amazing how those things are just so nourishing and healing to ourselves. It's not just food. It's not just medicines that we take. It's a whole body transformation that really will help you thrive and naturally heal and just be really a happy, thriving person.
I love how you express so much of what you just said, especially that part about respect. And you wake up in the morning and having some kind of a care about yourself And as you also said, it's not just about how you look. I think sometimes we can get obsessed, not just in our culture, probably beyond our culture too, about, like, say, if you're thin or in shape and how you look in a mirror or how you look in pictures or on social media, but we're not thinking from about the inside too, and
Mhm.
the way that we take care of ourselves, what we put into our bodies. Are we getting enough sleep? Our spirituality, which we're talking a lot about on this show, right? Journeys in faith.
Mhm.
So we're not thinking about this in terms of like that whole big picture, right? But
Right.
in working with you and learning how to do that, you're learning how to integrate better as a human being out in society, as you even brought up the fact that we work so hard here in the United States, don't we? I
Mhm.
mean, sometimes we don't know how to relax.
Mhm.
Not just saying it's just here, but it could be in other cultures too, right?
Sure.
But that's a very good point that you made, that I think sometimes maybe at nighttime after dinner, instead of going for a walk or doing something together as a family, that we're trying to catch up on our laptops. We're
Yeah.
doing like a social something on social media instead, and the work never ends. And
Yes.
so it's very good to take a step back and say, if I want to be healed of some of these things, I have to really look at all of those aspects of my life. And
Mhm.
that's what you do, isn't it? That's what you do when you get together with people and you take them through the whole process. And as we're coming, not quite yet, but as we're coming a little bit more to the end of the show, so somebody's watching this program right now and they're thinking, you know what? I am interested in that. I do want to start to think about maybe starting to eat more plant based. Maybe they don't want to completely go 100% plant based, but
Mhm.
they want to do something. What would be those initial steps? Like, say you make that phone call with them or they do an intake form. What would be the next things that would happen after that?
For them to learn how to be plant-based?
Yeah, or for them to work with you, what would be the steps that you take in order for them to be a client?
Okay, so you can email me at maria@nourishingfromtheheart.com. You can follow me on social media, Nourishing from the Heart, my Instagram page and Facebook. And we would set up a 30-minute at no cost consultation. And it would be a discovery call where you would get to know me and I would get to know you and make sure that we're both the right fit and kind of give you a little insight of how I can help you. And from there, depending on how far your journey is, we can decide if you just want to do one-on-one consultations as needed, if there's certain topics that you just want to touch on, or we can do a whole entire lifestyle change where those packages are anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. We would meet once a week, either through Zoom. I coach people all around the country, so it doesn't just have to be in close to where I am in Pennsylvania. If you are close to me, I also do in person, so we could meet in person for an hour, or we can meet through Zoom. And in between that, I am always available. So if there's questions or emails in between our goals. So we'll set goals for every week, and they're going to be small. They're going to be baby steps. So you don't feel overwhelmed. And I want you to start feeling the transformation little by little. And in between those times, if there's any questions or concerns, I'm always available until you hit your ultimate goal.
Yeah, that's a good point. Their ultimate goal, because people do have goals,
Mhm.
and that goal, the good thing about working with Maria is the goal isn't just for one portion of your life. It's so that all together you're everything is integrated. You're eating, you're sleeping, the way that you move your body, take care of yourself, exercise, your relationships, all of that. It's
Mhm.
all encompassed in nourishing from the heart. And I do encourage you to connect with her on social media. As she mentioned, again, just look it up on Facebook, Instagram, Nourishing from the Heart. You can also connect with me. I'm sending this out on an email blast and also on my social media. And you forget or something like, oh, what was her name again? Just send me a message if you forget anything, and I will definitely send a connecting email between you and Maria. Maria, is there anything else that you think people should know in terms of working with you? I know that you're looking for referrals, and I know that you're looking to expand, not just like where we live. We're in the greater Philadelphia area, the suburbs. So of course, she is looking to kind of saturate that whole area. but also, other areas too, right? You work
Yes.
with people all over the country.
Yes, I work with people all over the country. So, and I did just want to add one more thing. I coach anyone, any age, a male or female, but I definitely do have a very big soft spot for women and moms, especially because I think everybody should feel as good and vibrant as someone that has their health and is not living in this rut that most of us and I was living in. It's just you think clearer, your vibration is so much higher, you feel so much closer to God because I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a purity to you. And I think it's so important for moms and women to learn this lifestyle because it you will carry it on from generation to generation. So I know that my children, when they get older, I have confidence that they'll, live as closely as we do to our lifestyle, and then they'll pass it on to their children. So my goal is to get the word out. So yes, I will coach anybody from anywhere, and just spread the goodness.
That's right, spread the goodness, and think about that word nourishing. I think it's a perfect word because it refers to eating, taking care of yourself, enjoying the food that you're eating,
Mhm.
and educating yourself, and of course, all those aspects of being a human person, right? And integrating, as I keep using that word, all those aspects of your life, and to becoming more whole altogether,
Mhm.
including body, mind, spirit, everything.
Yeah.
So I'm just so grateful having you on this program. Could you leave maybe one or two tips? Somebody's watching this, think, what can I do right now? Like, could you give them maybe one or two tips before we end?
Yes, thank you, and I'm so grateful to be here. One or two tips is it's overwhelming. It took me about a year and a half to transform my whole lifestyle. It's not something that you do, you know, right away. So my tip would be to take it one step at a time, one meal at a time. Nothing's going to be perfect, but every choice that you're able to make it a better choice. And over time, all those little thousands of choices will add up and you will change your lifestyle. So if you are using, for example, toxic cleaners or toxic makeup, I didn't just go and clean out my whole house overnight. As things were running out, I would find a healthier, better alternative to that product, whether it be makeup or shampoo or a house cleaner, laundry detergent. So every little step make will add up. So anytime you need to buy something new or make a change, look for something better. And that's also what I help my clients with. I find them alternatives to their favorite meals or their favorite products, things that are just better. Same thing with food. If you just start out small. If you want to go plant based, you don't have to go plant based all at once. You can just eliminate, maybe instead of having meat 3 times a day, have meat once a day, and then once every 3 days, and see how you feel. And just baby steps, and be forgiving of yourself.
Perfect. I like that. I'm glad you brought up the cleaning products too. That's
Hmm.
something I've been doing probably for about 25 to 30 years,
Hmm.
and it has made a huge difference for my family. I used to have allergies and now I don't. So, anyway, Maria, this has been wonderful. I would love to have you back on again because there could be a part two, a part three. So keep an eye. We might be having some more shows to talk about some of these great questions that people have and ways that you can become more healthy and more nourished from the heart. So again, Maria, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. And may I ask all of you too, if you haven't been to my YouTube channel, to please subscribe. It's Anne DeSantis on YouTube. And on Facebook, it's Journeys in Faith with Anne DeSantis. The show airs the first and third Friday of every month at 8:30 p.m. God bless, and we'll see you next time.